bugs under my skin. These are the days of our lives. Will Guy Stockwell, owner of global real estate, wealthiest man in big town USA, recover from his tragic colon operation, or will his entire inheritance go to his gay son Chad? Can a gay man run a successful American corporation and still be a gay man? I care about you so damn much that I'm all mixed up. I've never felt this way about anyone before, not even my wife. Doctor, meet me at the hospital. These are real feelings. Remember that special weekend at the lake? Let's have some coffee. Everyone knows about you. You bitch, you'll never get anything. These are real feelings. Should we tell him? I care about you so damn much that I'm all mixed up. Doctor, meet me at the hospital. These are real feelings. That special weekend at the lake. Let's have some coffee. Everyone knows about you. You'll never get anything. Should we tell him? I care about you so damn much that I'm all mixed up. Like the sands in the days of our... These are the days... Like the sands in the days... These are the bugs in the days of... Like the sands in the... Like the days in the glass of the... Like the sands in the days... Like in the hourglass. These are the days... Like the sand days of the glass in the... Like the sands in the hour. These are the days of like the... I care about you so damn much that I'm all mixed up. I've never felt this way about anyone before, not even my wife. I'm in charge now, but who's in control? They had no government, so we inserted government. He's the parent to the world, so do as you're told. Why? Because I said so! And because of your behavior, the whole group will have to suffer. I'm in charge now, but who's in control? They have no government, so we inserted government. He's the parent to the world, so do as you're told. Why? Because I said so! And because of your behavior, the whole group will have to suffer.
boyfriend Matthew's house when we got into a huge argument about a woman's sexual power. Matt insisted there wasn't a woman alive who could make him beg and whine for sex, and got quite insulting. Tracy and I were both furious at his macho comments, and we decided to teach Big Matthew a little lesson in humility. We were at his apartment having a few drinks when I started to tickle Matthew. He's incredibly ticklish under his arms and on the soles of his feet. Tracy picked up on the cue perfectly. While I was tickling his underarms, Tracy placed handcuffs on his ankles. At this point, Tracy began tickling his feet so I could position his hands around the stairway post in the back of his chair and slap handcuffs on him. Tracy quickly finished making poor Matthew immobile by tying his handcuffed ankles to the solid oak coffee table in front of his chair. Naturally, he thought we were just kidding and would untie him in a few minutes. He soon discovered how wrong he was. We got out a cassette recorder and told him we were going to teach him a lesson which would make him whine and plead for relief. At first, Matthew was as cocky as ever until we started to tease. I had briefed Tracy on what particular turns Matt on. A woman's stocking feet and sheer panties are only two examples, so we stripped down to just that. Matt's eyes almost popped out. Tracy placed her gorgeous stocking feet on the armchair just inches from him. She slowly wiggled and exercised her long toes, while I lightly glided my long fingernails over his throbbing cock and balls. He went nuts trying to thrust upward to get some pressure, but I made sure he didn't get any. It was Tracy's turn next, and we switched positions. The sight of two stocking-clad females in sheer panties was maddening for him. We ground our panty-encased pussies into his face, over his cock and balls. We also massaged his helpless rear with our stocking feet. He was climbing the walls. Finally, we told him to beg, and we might give it to him. Did he ever start begging, pleading, and whining for relief, writhing like a madman under our sadistic fingers and pussies? We were initially not going to torment him too long, but we were enjoying his torture so much, we just prolonged and increased his agony. While one of us was tormenting him with pussy or a stocking foot, the other would slowly masturbate him, just to the point where he was about to come, and then deny him the pleasure he was so desperate for. He was wild with frustration, and our panties were moistened as each minute of agony passed. We stopped our teasing only to feed and tickle torture him. We continued this, but we won't let you come games for over 3 hours. By that time his cock was purplish and throbbing uncontrollably, and his balls were about to burst. All through this, the poor dear was begging wildly for relief, which turned us on even more. Finally I took a break, and when I came back into the room, Matthew was crying like a baby. Tracy was lying on her stomach on the couch, with one hand propping her chin up, and the other drawing light little arches over his balls, penis, and inner thighs. We had had enough. We told him we were going to let him come, only if he agreed to our condition. Anything for God's sake, let me come, he whimpered. He tugged at his restraints like a wild man begging us to do him. We just laughed, and while I gave him a close view of my stocking feet and pussy, Tracy slowly masturbated him. We taunted him by telling him to hold it, but we knew it was impossible. Tracy made him explode. From that day, my boyfriend has never doubted a woman's power. I often replay the tape we made just to make sure he never forgets.
West African nation are limited to a handful of soldiers who are ill-equipped to handle civil uprisings. He said individuals were disrobed, there were some rapes, there were some floggings with whips. The minister said he could not say how many rapes and floggings had taken place. Acknowledging that his nation's soldiers had run amok, he said that the road to democracy is a rocky road and that his country cannot establish a democracy if the people are not prepared to be civil. Scott said he came to the United States to answer questions that had been raised here, repeatedly denied that anyone died in the August 22nd confrontation, which occurred when soldiers were ordered by leaders Samuel K. Doe to come to the University of students protesting the arrest of Professor Amos Sawyer. Sawyer, an opposition political leader, remains in custody for allegedly plotting a coup against Doe's government. Several Liberian groups outside the country have estimated that between 18 and 60 persons, most of them students, were killed when soldiers began firing at demonstrators. One exile group, Movement for Justice in Africa, has said that eyewitnesses reported that government forces collected bodies on the campus and buried them in a mass grave 30 miles outside Monrovia. Scott, however, challenged reporters to find any Liberian who had reported the death of a relative. 50 people be killed in Liberia and no one comes up and says, yes, I lost a relative, Scott asked. Liberia, a country of 2.1 million people, has been ruled since 1980 by former Army Master Sergeant Doe, who is now a general. He seized power in a coup that saw 13 of Liberia's top officials, including President William Colbert, lined up on a beach and shot. Doe has promised to turn the government over to democratic control by 1985, and he recently lifted a ban on political parties. That move toward democracy apparently precipitated last month's violence. Before his arrest, Professor Amos Sawyer had criticized Doe for unfairly stacking the National Assembly as his president. According to the official fuck. You are what you fuck. They would touch each other. I would touch myself. We could hear each other, except when music or TV was on. Doesn't matter, men or women, touch and listen to each other. These are only just our bodies. You are what you fuck. You are what you fuck. Taking a heavy-duty shit. Your bowels are hot, steaming bogs. It all comes out of you. Your shit, your intestines, your stomach, your lungs, all your organs, heart and brain, veins and bones, nerves and tendons, everything bubbling out of you with a pungent acid burn. And there you sit contemplating an empty shell of skin and all that was inside of you, hot and pulsating on the floor. Smiling sigh of understanding acceptance, and you didn't think you knew yourself.